Alright guys, so today for dinner we are making some stuffed peppers. I'm just going to try to make this video quick as possible. Let's show you how I make this. First we're going to do is top off the peppers. What I like to do is just go around the stem, discard that, and what you're going to do is just chop up your tops, dice them up, put them in a bowl. I like them to be fairly small, my little dices here, because this is going to cook in with the hamburger. Now I normally put onions in my stuffed peppers. However, somehow I ran out of onions, I believe. Let's see. Nope, I don't have no onions in my house. Right, so now we're going to take the seeds and the ribs out of the pepper. So just go in and pinch those out. Clean it up really well. Smack out your seeds. And there you go. There's one. I'm not going to go and show you the rest of them, but like I said, just go, take the tops off. You can always take your knife, cut around, de-seed. Okay, I have my cast iron pan preheating. It's getting nice and hot. Here I have about a pound and a half of ground beef. Now this is still frozen. No worries. We're just going to thaw it out in the pan. So just turn your heat down, and as it's thawing out, break it up. No extra oil in your pan. You can defrost this in the microwave, but I don't do that because sometimes it starts cooking in the microwave. Don't like that. So just start breaking it up and it will defrost and thaw out. So once this is thawed out and cooked down, we'll be back. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, my hamburger is all thawed out. And what we're going to start doing now is just browning this up. We just crank up this heat just a tad bit more on this pan. I want a good sizzle going on. Okay, once we're starting to brown that, just add your diced peppers, some salt. Now, if you can't have salt, don't add salt. Add a little, add a lot. This is purely your preference. I don't normally measure my seasonings. I just go by taste. Okay, we're going to get that browning. And let's add some, we'll grab my ground pepper. So just add some pepper. There we go. I didn't have no fresh onions on hand, so we're just going to throw some onion powder in here. Okay, so now we're going to start our rice. This is just a quick minute rice. Okay, so our water's coming up to a boil. Let's add our rice. Equal amounts rice to equal amounts water. Package says add them together once the water is boiled. Give it a quick stir. Right? I usually bring it back up to a quick boil. Okay, we're back up to a boil. Keep cover on. Turn it off, remove from heat. Let it sit 5 minutes. Let's throw a 5-minute timer on. Okay, so our ground beef is nicely browned. Peppers are getting tender. So as our rice is setting up, we are going to drain our grease out of that. Okay, grease is drained. So now we're just going to turn our burner down and keep it on low until our rice is done. Another 4 minutes left on that on my timer. After your 5 minutes on the rice, just give it a quick fluff. Alright, now we're just going to add the rice and give this a quick stir just to incorporate everything. Okay, quick stir. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is my homemade marinara sauce that I can up. I changed the recipe. This is not the original recipe on the video that I made. You can use whatever marinara sauce you want to use, your flavor that you like. So we're just going to add enough sauce just to incorporate everything. My rule of thumb is make sure all your rice is nice and red. So that was a quart-sized jar of sauce. Doesn't look like I'm going to use all of it. Using a quart-sized jar, you have leftovers, make pizza with the rest of it. So we're going to bring this temperature up just a little bit, just so the sauce heats through. And we're going to let this just sit on the stove for about 15-20 minutes, just so everything can mingle together and the rice soaks up some more of the sauce. See you in a few. Okay, we're just going to check back real quick for a minute, because as I was stirring this, I want to just point out that if you don't come back and stir this while it's simmering, if you have your heat up a little too high, it's going to tend to stick to the bottom of your pan. So make sure you keep moving this. You don't want it to be burnt. And if you notice that it's kind of high, too hot. Turn your burner down. You're gonna throw that down to low. At this point, you can also give it a quick taste. And if it needs anything like salt, pepper, more onion powder, garlic powder, anything of that nature, go ahead and season it up. Season it to your flavors that you like. This is just a guidance on how to make some stuffed peppers. My rice is still a little bit tender, so as this is still cooking down, and it's gonna soak up some more of that sauce, the rice will get a little bit more softer. I did set a timer for 15 minutes, and now we're going to take our peppers and start cooking those up. So let's take our peppers, throw them in a big pot. I'll be right back. Just going to fill this up with some water. So we have a pot of water with our peppers. We're just going to salt this up just a little bit. Now we're just going to pre-cook our peppers just a little bit. You don't want them too mushy, and you don't want them too hard. Okay, see, nice and they're too stiff right now. The purpose of doing this is you want to pre-cook them a little bit. Softer they are, obviously, the less time they're going to cook in the oven. Okay, we have a quick check-in. Our water is now up to a boil. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. Okay, just give this little quick stirs. Now we're going to set a timer for about 5 minutes, just so to remind me just to check on those. Try not to crack your peppers. Sometimes your peppers will crack while they are boiling. Just going to get those a little bit more tender. Be right back. Okay, so my 5-minute timer just went off, and these are not quite as soft as I would like them to be. They're getting there, so another maybe 2 more minutes. See how they're starting to give way a little bit? So we're just gonna go, like I said, 2 more minutes on that, and we'll be right back. All right, so 2 minutes is up. So these are, like I said, they give a little bit. See how this one's starting to crack over here? I'm not gonna boil them much longer, so we're just gonna kill that heat on that. So now what you wanna do, I'm gonna bring you over here. All right, and let me just drain this water real quick in the sink. All right, so our peppers are parboiled. So take some tongs. If you don't have tongs, take a fork or whatever and just drain the water out. Can you see that? I just dump them upside down, okay? Just drain your water out. Set them aside on a plate. Okay, again, drain your pepper. Okay, we're done with this pan. So our peppers are on the plate. They're just going to hang out here for a little bit until I can handle them with my fingers. So we shall return. Our stuffing mix is still in the pan, just hanging out. Like I said, remember to give it a quick stir every now and then. See how the rice is cooking up all that extra sauce that we had in there. So as soon as my peppers cool down a little bit that I can manage them, we shall return. Okay, we're back. Let's give this one more quick stir. All right, so let's set up our little assembly line here. So we have a square casserole dish that we're going to put our peppers in afterwards. So take your peppers, take your rice and ground beef mixture, just start stuffing your peppers. We're just going to lightly stuff these first, just to make sure that we have enough stuffing for all the peppers. If you have a split, be careful with your splits on your peppers. Seeing that we have a lot left over, we can really stuff these peppers. Pack them nice and tight. Now you can cut these in half and stuff them that way if you're feeding a larger crowd, but this is how I like to present my stuffed peppers. Give me 1 second. Okay, now you can use any flavor cheese you have on hand. I have both mozzarella and I have also cheddar. I, on the other hand, I think I've told you in the past, I cannot tolerate mozzarella, but others in the family can. So we're going to do one topped with mozzarella, top one with cheddar. I think I had some more cheese in there. Hold on. I also have a Mexican blend in here that we're going to throw on top. Okay, now we're going to take the Mexican blend. Okay, I'm going to top that. For the sake of it, let's add some more mozzarella to that last one. Now that's going to sit in the refrigerator until dinner time. Before dinner time, I'm going to pop that in the oven for 35 to probably 45 minutes, just to make sure that everything's cooked, cheese is melted, reheated, but that's that. Now this recipe was requested by my daughter. She already called me and asked me how to make this, but figured I'd throw up a video anyway. So enjoy. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. All that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care. So guess what? I lied. I'm gonna show you how to plate this up with if somebody doesn't like the whole pepper. Sometimes people just don't want that whole pepper. So you can plate them up. A nice little dish with cheese on it. We'll call that the deconstructed stuffed pepper. So there you go. Let's give that a quick taste with a little bit of cheddar cheese. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, enjoy, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.